Okay, my mower has stopped working. We're going to turn into a vapor system where it can just run off of fumes. I'm going to show you how to. It's going to be very simple. What you have to do is make a flange first to fit over your carb where the carb used to be. I'm going to show you. You're going to find one of these on your lawnmower. You've all seen it. It just bolts up right to there. Little bolt holes that go around there. You see those. Just take those off. Pull this off. You know, and your air filter was over top of that other thing also. So get rid of all that stuff. Now, this is what your carb hole intake looks like. We need to make a flange so we have a nice tight vacuum sealed fit. We're going to make an adapter for that. All we're going to do is we're going to take a painter stick. It's a nice size because it fits well. See that? See the nice fit across that? You're just going to take a little piece of that right there. You know, you're going to make sure it fits both ways. You know, so it covers up the entire hole. Both bolt holes it needs to cover up. And also the main carb area. So we're going to make a cut about like right there. Cut that off. Once you cut that off, you got a piece like this. Now I went a step ahead, and I went ahead and show you how to actually make the flange and make sure that your bolt holes are in the correct spot. Now you got a choke that's inside here. Watch. See, that closes the motor off. That opens the up, so air goes in there. Closes, opens. When we're going to spray some spray paint all around this outer piece so we can make our own little diagram. Okay, we got it closed off. Let's set this down. We're going to spray. Get it kind of wet. Then you're going to take your piece of wood. You're going to put it right over top of there. And you're going to press it down tight. And you're going to pull it off. Okay? Check it out. Here's the print it made. See that? An exact print of that. So all we got to do now is just drill out those bolt holes like I've already done. It's already been done on this side. Take a drill the 2 bolt holes out, and then what we're going to do is we need to make a circle, and we're going to be using garden hose. Everybody's got a little spare garden hose laying around the house. Some videos show clear tubing, but if you notice the clear tubing, it's completely collapsed, and they're having a hard time getting airflow through there. So this is a lot harder. It's not going to collapse. So what we need to do is we need to make a print of the bottom of this hose, and how we're going to do that is we're going to spray it. Spray the bottom of the hose. I mean, everything's already built and shown, but I'm just showing you how to do this. Spray the bottom of that hose. Get it nice and wet. Then you're going to take your flange you made, stick that hose right over top of it, and you're going to make your print. Boom, print. Like that. Don't wiggle it. Make sure it's tight and firm, and then just pull it off. And then you got your hole print, and you know exactly what size hole to cut out for that hose to have a nice tight fit. You want to go a little smaller on your cut, you know, than the hose size, so we don't have to add as much silicone or caulking in there. But all you're going to do from here is you're just going to take your drill. I mean, if you got something different, that's fine. This is all I had for the time being. You're just going to take a drill, and you're just going to drill continuous holes through it, rant, all the way around. Take your time. Take your time, and then the center of that will pop out with your finger. You could take a knife and just clean up the inside of it. Whoops, sorry. Clean up the inside of it. Make sure you don't go too big, because you're going to want that hose to go through it. So then now, what you got is, you got your flange built. You see that? You got your flange built. I tried using a piece of aluminum. Oh yeah, my Steel Reserve beer I tried to use this as a flange, but it was just, see that? I even had the holes made. It was just too thin. I need something with some more bulk, so the painter stick worked, and it worked great. So now we got our flange. We're just going to stick it up in there. We're going to screw the bolt holes in. And these bolts, they came from this. Remember your pump thing? That's where it came from. So you want to save those, at least a couple of them. All right, so I'm going to try to get this bolted up in here without getting all my fingers in the way and stuff. Let's see if I can do this. Sorry if I'm a little off. All right. Try to get those started. That one started. Nope, it's not. It's alright. Diligence. Yeah, that one feels like it kind of started. Sorry if I'm off you a little bit, but I'm just trying to be the cameraman and screw that in all in one shot. See if we can find the threads. We're close. I feel it. Alright. And bam. Pretty simple. So I'm pretty simple, and I don't know, I didn't feel like looking for a wrench that small, so pliers are fine with me. Boom, just tighten it up and do it equally. You know, get a little bit over here, get a little bit over here. I don't feel like getting the hole over here. No, I'm not. Sorry, let me put you down. See if I can line that hole up. I mean, it is homemade, and there's no, oh, there it was. Do you see it set into its spot? You just need to start getting it tight. Sometimes if you tighten one side down all the way, then the other side is a little bit off. You want it to be nice and flat. That looks like it's going in there nice. See that? See if I can use the fingers. No, I can't. But it's in there, so let's tighten her down. I know if I had a wrench or a socket, this would be a lot faster, but diligence. There we go. That's tightening down. You don't have to go super tight on that side. And I did put some caulking on that inside before, so I've taken this whole thing apart to shoot the video again, and there is a seal in there, so it came stock with it, so I just left it in. But the piece of wood alone is a good seal all by itself. It's funny, this right bolt was definitely tighter going in than that other one, but that's okay. All right, it's getting nice and snug. Let's go to the other side just a little bit. Get her snugged up. See that? Okay, so if I've already pre-done this darn mower, it sat with ethanol in it, and I went to start it up for the new season, and the carbs plugged up. Brand new mower, a year old. And I don't feel like going to buy another mower. Alright, that's pretty snug. Feel that? Well, you can't feel it, but snug. I've got some caulking all around here to make a nice seal. Alright, now from here, boom, look how gross and dirty this is. I mean, I set this up just as brutal as you could. I got a jug. I was going to do a coconut jar, but I just felt like that I wanted more fumes to be able to go to the top and give me a little bit of fuel right there. So this main hose right here, simple, boom, the cap, it seals up, a little bit of caulking around the top right there. But this hose right here is the main suction. When the carb sucks all the way through there, it's going all the way down. Sorry. It's sucking the bubbles, it's making the bubbles and making the fumes come up. This is what actually goes to the very bottom of this tank right here, makes the bubbles, makes fumes. And this hose right here, this is just probably, I don't know, like an inch inside here. That's all it is. It runs right back into our main system right there. So let's set it down. I already started it up once, and I had no idea if my airflow system was enough, but I always feel like whatever carb size hole you have, you should probably have equal size hole for your inlet because of CFMs, cubic feet per minute. The thing wants to flow. I mean, I could go a little bit bigger than this, but it's funny, when I started it up for the very first time, it kind of puttered, got going, and then once the choke started opening up on it, this thing ran like a champ. So I'm going to set this down and see if we can fire it up. Okay. Now I notice this needs to be, you know, your main pull handle, you know, that you normally pull in. It's got to be fully open and engaged for this thing to run. So let's see what happens. Firing the hole. And listen, it goes slow, but then it really starts firing up. Hopefully it starts. I'm gonna try not to put this down. Here we go. Look. Fumes. Look at the bubbles. Watch it take its time to start warming itself up, and then once it warms up, the choke opens up and it runs like a champ. Look. There's no gas in that. That's dirty freaking fuel. Look how dirty that fuel is I put in there. It's making fumes. Dirty, varnished fuel. Listen, it's starting to go a little faster. Listen, there it goes.